So yeah, once upon a time, there was a blonde, a psychiatrist, a prime minister, and a ninja. And they all went on a cruise to Hawaii. The blonde was, well, a real blonde, and I mean a real blonde. She was from Florida. She thought that Hawaii was another country. So she started learning French, because, well, she thought that they speak French in every country that was not America or China. Well, I guess every story needs a blonde, so that we can feel better about ourselves. The psychiatrist. Well, she was sick of her patients rambling on about their petty problems, like, why doesn't the cashier at the drugstore like me? Or why are people so egoistic, never think about me? Me. So yeah, she urgently needed a break. The Prime Minister was obviously a man who was used to have power over everyone and everything, and who always needed to be in control. That what he always wanted. Well, at least that was what his mother always wanted, but we don't want to be too psychological about it. So one day he realized how horribly tired he was of everything and decided to take a sick leave. And the ninja. The ninja was brought up by his old sensei, who taught him how to kill people by sneezing at them and other dangerous stuff. He spent the last 20 years assassinating hundreds of unlucky guys. But then suddenly his sensei died. He accidentally saw an episode of Monty Python on TV and died of laughter. The ninja, left completely alone, decided that it was time to, spend a couple of days among people without actually murdering any of them. Well, as you might guess, the ship sank. Hit a gigantic prehistoric whale and sank. The whale died, by the way. And most of the passengers died as well. But the blonde, the psychiatrist, the prime minister and the ninja survived and found themselves on a desert island, along with a crate of beer from the ship. The blonde had one of those smart funny things, and when she came to her senses, the first thing she tried to do was to upload some pictures of the sinking ship, the dead whale and the island to her Facebook account. The Prime Minister screamed, "No, what are you doing? Save the battery, we need the battery to call for help." But the blonde was very stubborn, and wouldn't give him the phone until her high-definition photos would be uploaded. The psychiatrist tried to reason with the blonde, but she was not a very good psychiatrist, and so she didn't achieve anything. So they fought, and then the ninja got up, took his sword, and chopped the blonde's head off, without saying a word. Of course, it was a very bloody affair. The Prime Minister's suit was all stained with blood, and the psychiatrist's long hair was drained in blood too. But the worst thing was, the phone got so much blood on it that it short-circuited and gave up the ghost forever. "Jesus Christ," said the psychiatrist. "F***ing hell," said the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister was furious and demanded from the ninja a public apology and a written guarantee that such acts of violence will not occur again in the future. The ninja didn't say anything, he just lay down and opened a bottle of beer. And then the Prime Minister sat down in the sand and started crying. He cried because he realized that he didn't have any power on the island, and because he knew he might never get home again and watch desperate housewives in his cozy armchair, and because he was scared of blood. The ninja, who was brought up to be strong, hated to see a man crying. He hated it so much, in fact, that he got up and chopped the Prime Minister's head off, without saying a word. He sighed and opened another bottle of beer. The psychiatrist, who was standing nearby, was now covered in 2 layers of blood. So basically she was all red. Her shoes, her 500 quid costume, everything on her had blood on it. Okay, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, a man and a woman on a desert island. Now, what could happen now, huh? But I'm gonna have to disappoint you. It didn't quite work out this way. Because you see, the ninja, he had never had a girlfriend, and he wouldn't have known what to say, what to do anyway. And the psychiatrist, well, after the initial shock, she tried to confront the ninja with his unhappy childhood and wrong choice of profession and repressed sexual fantasies. And then the ninja, who had never really said anything, suddenly shouted, "Just shut the up!" And then yeah, he chopped her head off. Now left alone, he felt relieved. It was quiet and sunny, and he could finally lie down and chill. He opened another beer, and he felt he was the luckiest man in the world. And then he opened another beer, and another one. By the time the last bottle was corked, it was night. The ninja fell asleep. When he woke up, he felt a weird sensation of, well, he felt alone. Well, he was alone, but he actually felt how alone he was. In a way, he started missing everyone, even the blonde. He took a walk around the island, then meditated, and then he had a horrible realization. He could not live with people around him, and he could not stay alone anymore either. And the beer was gone too. And then he took his sword and chopped his own head off. Well, he was a ninja after all. But of course there was nobody around to see it. And that's pretty much it. Good night.